What is going on, true believers? For the first time since Donald Trump won the 2024 election, Bitcoin had a week of decline. Now, does that mean that there's anything negative, that the market has changed ultimately, and that we're going back into a bear market or anything of that sort? And the answer to that should be a resounding no. Do we know exactly what's going to happen? No, but we should be able to safely and reasonably say that what Donald Trump has done has been remarkable for the cryptocurrency industry for the last, let's call it, month or so. And it's only going to get better from here. What are we dealing with right now? Why is the market dipping? What is going on? Well, just zoom out. Just zoom out. Bitcoin is trading right now at about 94,000. It was 97,000 a few hours ago. But do you hear what I'm saying? $94,000 Bitcoin is what we're talking about right now. It was not that long ago. I want to say less than a year ago, we were talking about, can Bitcoin even hit 70,000, right? So let's not get it twisted. This market is soaring. Everything looks great. Some of the projects that I've put you guys onto are starting to pump. So let's break it down. Let's talk about all that. Let's talk about even more. And the bull run, it's almost here. Christmas time is almost here. By the way, donations, then the crypto wallets, you know what I'm talking about. LFG, baby. Let's go.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys. So here we are once again. And look, this crypto market is ready. It is primed. It is in a moment right now where everything could change. The way that we fundamentally do it all is right here in front of us. We're going to have just a fantastic, a gigantic run. It's all laid out in front of us. The only question right now, the only variable, if you will, right now, it's just time. It's just time. All we have to do is have a little patience, let this market, if you will, cook, and we, the loyal and faithful, shall be rewarded. Now, if you like this type of content, make sure that you hit the like button on the way in. By the way, I do have a video that came out the other day. I got demonetized because I used some, I used their assets. So no worries. But if you see something out there that says something about a demonetized video that I did, that is the reason for it. No big deal. So let's get into what's going on in the market. I'm making a few changes on the back end right now. Basically, at this point, I'm kind of slow walking you for just a moment here. So yeah. So anyway, let's talk about what's going on. I just realized, by the way, that if you wanted to make any donations to the crypto wallets down below, that was old information. So if you would hit the refresh, if you want to make any Christmas donations to the crypto wallets down below, then you are certainly welcome to do that. I would not turn away money. So, or your favorite crypto. Remember, if you send me $400 of your favorite crypto, then I'm going to do a video on that crypto. So let's get into what's going on. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. So let's talk about day one executive orders, and here we go. So the U.S. crypto industry eyes possible day one Trump executive orders. Trump plans to issue a flurry of executive orders and directives on everything from immigration to energy in his first day in office. On the campaign trail, Trump courted crypto cash with promises to be a crypto president, and the industry wants him to make good on that pledge, with executive orders creating a Bitcoin stockpile, ensuring the industry can access banking services, and creating a crypto council. We did get the names, by the way, today of the crypto council. I don't know any of these fucking people, so I don't know who they are. But you know, I would have preferred to see some names that, as a crypto person, I'm familiar with. But I didn't get any of that. So given the tenor of the campaign, it would be imperative for executive orders to really set out the actual priorities and what they will be on day one and provide some kind of roadmap, says Rebecca Reddig, the policy officer at Polygon Labs. There's been an effort in the Washington bureaucratic swamp to stifle innovation, but President Trump will deliver on his promise to encourage American leadership in cryptocurrency. And look, cryptocurrency that's the jobs of the future. That's where the internet of the 2020s, of the 21st century, that's what we are. That's what cryptocurrency is. Analysts are divided on whether Trump could use executive powers to create the strategic Bitcoin reserve. I don't think that is a wise idea. It is my opinion that is an act of Congress and that it would not hold up ultimately without an act of Congress making the laws. But it will be a Republican House and a Republican Senate, so it should be almost academic that it goes through. So I would think that there's no issue or concern here, just a matter of timing. One industry group, the Bitcoin Policy Institute, has gone as far as to draft a text of potential executive orders Trump could use to establish a stockpile. That draft would designate Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset and require the Treasury Secretary to spend $21 billion over a year to amass a national Bitcoin stockpile, according to the draft seen by Reuters. Now, if we just kind of step back for a moment, and we have to look at where the ultimate goal of Bitcoin per coin, and if we're going to say 1 million by 2030, and we're putting 21 billion in, that turns into 210 billion by the end of that. That doesn't fix anything, by the way. We've got to go way higher to 10 million before it starts to fix anything, unless we start spending 21 billion a year and we professionally buy the dip. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it just would seem to me that to use that strategic reserve, it's a great idea. It's a great idea, but I'm not sure that that's I mean, look, it is the play ultimately for any government should be holding Bitcoin on their books at this point, because there will be a Bitcoin race. But 21 billion is not going to be enough. Zach Shapiro, Bitcoin Policy Institute head of policy, said the United States should get ahead of geopolitical rivals in monetizing Bitcoin rather than have the price run up without the president having with the United States having any reserve. He declined to say if the group had shared the draft with Trump's team. Trump also said in July he would not let banks choke crypto firms out of the TradFi system. And some executives expect he will also try to address that issue with an executive order. Crypto companies have long complained that banks won't work with them due to regulatory scrutiny, although regulators say banks are free to lend to crypto firms that follow the law. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because this is the Gary Gensler effect. And the Gary Gensler effect is that, the attacks on crypto existed. Now, for Gary Gensler to say that they did not is just disingenuous. It's not true. They certainly existed. And so many of our quote unquote heroes or people who work in this industry have been blindsided by getting debanked. Charles Hoskinson was debanked. Brad Garlinghouse was debanked. These guys, and by the way, these guys are putting a lot of money over into banks. So having this change is going to make a very, very big deal for a lot of people overall, and it's a great move. While an executive order directing bank regulators to go easy on crypto would send a signal to agency officials and provide them with political cover, it's unlikely to have legal force since federal bank regulators are independent. They're not going to change policy on the ground on day one, but they will tell you what direction this administration wants to head. So that's really what matters is, give us a signal. Let us know. Right now, we think that it's going to be pro Bitcoin, and the banks, they're going to want to be pro Bitcoin too. But let me tell you something that I've been telling you since the beginning of my crypto journey. See what I did, Rodney? Since the beginning of my crypto journey, I've been telling you that banks don't hate Bitcoin. Banks don't hate cryptocurrency. They hate that they don't control it. They hate that they're not part of it. And what they're doing is, and what the SEC is helping them do, is to slow walk it so that banks can get their meat hooks in. I see a time in the future, which, by the way, was confirmed just recently. If you guys pay attention to me, I told you this already, that the biggest crypto exchanges will become bank platforms. Crypto.com has announced that it will become a bank platform. With that being the case, Coinbase will also convert over to become a banking platform. And that will mean that you will have your own credit card issued by Crypto.com or issued by Coinbase, and it will easily and seamlessly convert your crypto to cash as you need it. And all you have to do is work within their framework, whatever that framework is. But the important part to that is Chase Bank will also have their own crypto exchange in their app. Like, you're going to be able to pull up your app on your phone and it will have what you're looking for. Like, if you want to buy some Bitcoin, you can buy some Bitcoin. If you want to buy some Ethereum, you can buy some Ethereum. And it will have probably, the top 50, top 100 cryptos, and they will have their own platform for it. And that platform is going to be run by, well, listen, let's just say that I don't know where or what permissioned blockchain is going to run the centralized institutional exchange that all these cryptos are going to buy their crypto from. But while we're on that topic, let's talk about DevvE, because, and by the way, if you don't see me winking, it's because there's something in my eye. I should be winking at you at this point. And in case you're not understanding what I'm saying right now, you are going to miss the biggest boat that you've ever sat on the sidelines saying, well, come on, man, what about like Shib 3034 treat? What about the next frog meme or whatever it is that you're looking for? I'm telling you right now that your next dog meme, your next frog meme, your next every meme is sitting right in front of your face, and it has been for a very long time. And I'm telling you right now that in the event that there were an exchange, a permissioned exchange for crypto to be bought by banks, sold by a gigantic entity, so that banks and institutions could buy crypto so that they could then hold it on their ledger. There is only one company right now that's in that discussion and in that situation. And I'm not going to tell you what the name of it is. I'm not going to tell you because, and to be fair, I don't have any inside information that would tell me that this is the case. But I do live in their Telegram chat, and I do listen to the signs, and I do understand what they're saying when they say it. So there's only one crypto that I'm telling you right now that if you don't have it, oh, Jesus Christ, you're going to be, and by the way, look, here's the way I see it. In a year or two, you all that listen to me, when I said this about DevvE, if you listen to me, you're going to be rich in a year. And we're going to have a much bigger platform here at the end of this. And one of those things that this is going to be built on is going to be DevvE. So your life is going to change dramatically because of DevvE. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do I buy some DevvE? Well, it's actually very, very simple. There are going to be a few places that you can go in order to buy it. First and foremost is going to be Uniswap. Now, if you don't know how to use Uniswap, why are you watching? But if you do know how to use Uniswap, then all you have to do is connect your crypto wallet, launch the app, connect your crypto wallet to the Uniswap app. And then once your wallet is connected to the app, you can then come right here and you can select a token and you can type in DEVVE, which is DevvE right here. And you can, we're going to go over here and we're going to pay for it with Ethereum or USDC or USDT. Now, I would suggest Ethereum as your as what you want to pay with. And then you would buy some DevvE, and where it says down here, get started, that will say swap, and then you'll make a swap. You will have bought some DevvE, and then all you have to do at that point is sit back and wait because it's going to get crazy. Now, if you are unfamiliar and it makes no sense to you to use the tool that's in front of you, by the way, DevVE's pumping again today. Their volume is up 77% today. Guys, I'm telling you right now, you're going to miss out if you don't pay attention. But in the event that you are looking to buy, then it's either Uniswap, MEXC, Gate.io. Those are the three bigs. Now, you can buy it at BVOX and you can buy it at HIBT as well. And look, I want to stress here, they're not worried about exchanges to build on at this point. They're looking for, look, at some point, this is going to become what they would call inevitable, and they're not going to have to pay these exchanges. These exchanges are going to want to list DevvE because of DevVE's partner. So they're not concerned about exchanges. So this is one of those things where, just like XRP, if you didn't buy some XRP when the US came after it and it became hard to buy, you could still buy it, but you had to do it in DeFi. It's the same thing over here. You got to buy DevvE in DeFi. DevvE will have a lot of stuff in the United States coming very, very soon. You're going to see some announcements. And remember, ISO 20022 compliant will become something important in the future. Now, is DevvE that compliant right now? I don't think that it is, but it's not in the United States at this point. It's only about to become part of the USA, which means non-taxable. Did I wink that time? Did I wink that time? All right. Also, total supply over here is not 120 million. It's 75 million. So this number is just slightly off. But the market cap of 70 million is also slightly off. You can come over to Dex Tools or Dex Screener, and you can see the market cap. There's the total supply is actually 75 million. Total market cap is 63 million, but the real market cap right now is 33 million. So, over there, it's kind of doubled right now. And also, just to be clear here, you got a couple of babies here that just babies, just babies. Arbitrage, guys, this thing just popped up to 90 cents, and then immediately these babies, they just sold immediately. They just babies, just babies. They're not going to make it, right? But I'm trading about 85 cents right now. Don't forget, I've been telling you for months and months and months and months and months, get in. Like I've been telling you for months and months and months and months and months. And look at this. Like we've been talking about this since May when it was at 40 cents. Right now it's 2x from there, but it also came down here. If you DCA'd your way, the low on it, if you remember here, was 12 cents, 13 cents. So from there, this thing spiked up to $1. And guess what? The next move, and by the way, you're looking at it right now. This is the impulse. What is going to happen next? Well, what's going to happen next is from that dip right there. If you just consider what just happened on an impulse move, and you kind of move up here to this, you're talking about $1.50. So this thing is going to head. This thing is about to explode one more time. So if you have not already, this is a final call right now for DevvE, because again, all of these people are going to have to buy their crypto from somewhere, and it's going to be a permissioned blockchain that is brought to you by a very large fintech organization. Please listen. That's all I can say. Now, let's move on here. Trump names several new White House picks to work on AI, crypto, and more. America First Patriots. And by the way, I would encourage you, if you have not, and you don't like Donald Trump, I don't like Donald Trump, by the way. I don't like Donald Trump, but one of the reasons is not because of the people that he nominated in his first term. Okay. In his first term, he nominated people like Rex Tillerson and people who just weren't there for very long. And he said this. He said, look, when I was first president, the first time, I was surprised. I was shocked. Like, we didn't, at first we didn't think there was a chance. And then when we found out that there was a chance and I became the president, I didn't have a staff. I didn't have people. I didn't know who I was going to nominate for these positions. I just had a bunch of rhinos and Republicans. I had a bunch of people coming to me and telling me, you need to nominate this person for this job and this person for this job and this person for this job. Why? Because it was the business of politics as usual, which was not what Donald Trump represented at that point. So if you were let down with that first bunch of picks, that's the reason. This time, there's America first, or, those people are going to be his choices. Now, are they going to all be good choices? I don't know. I think that there's some where he's going to fill out just, puppets, if you will. But like, for example, Pete Hegseth right here. This guy right here is a Fox and Friends guy, and that's the way he was touted. He was touted as a this guy from Fox News is going to be the head of Secretary of Defense. Yeah, he's a former CIA person. You know what I mean? Like this to me is a guy that should be in charge of the CIA. Is everybody like that? No, but there are going to be a lot more people who are going to be on board with what Trump wants to do policy-wise than there was last time. So I'm not saying you have to give him a chance. I'm not even saying you should give him a chance. I still don't like the man, but that doesn't mean that we don't have 4 years of figuring out how to make some of this stuff, how to make this a better country. The end, right? I disagree with deporting everybody. I disagree fundamentally with a lot of different pieces here, but also it's not somewhere where I'm going to plant my flag and fight for it. Like, I don't think everybody deserves to be in America. So, I just because I'm not pro mass deportation doesn't mean that there aren't some circumstances in which we need put a giant wall up. I don't care. You know what I mean? So, but there's a lot of selections here that are going to be different this time. So I would just implore you and ask you, give it a chance. Just see what happens here and see if you don't feel better about the United States of America by the end of these 4 years. And don't make today the day that you make that decision. Give it a little bit of time. Let's see what it looks like in a couple years. Are you in a better financial situation now than you were 4 years ago? You are not right now under Joe Biden. So let's see if it gets better. So let's continue on, though. Fear and Greed Index is up to 70 right now, which is, look, I told you guys, I don't think that we're going to go too far back. And we really haven't. Like, we've stayed in the greed zone all this time. But hey, Believes, did you see the Bears got spanked again yesterday? No, because I watched with my eyes closed. How about that? Anyway, Fear and Greed Index at 70 right now. 60 is where we get back into neutral territory. And by the way, I do think that we're going to have one more dip into neutral territory. Let me explain why on the chart. So just to give you guys some clarity here, this market until a few minutes ago, until USA pieces of shit got online and started trying to steal your liquidity, this crypto market was, here we go. Let's do the 1 hour and you can see what was happening over here. We were actually doing pretty good on a recovery from last night when we had dipped down to 3.16, actually went up about 10 billion. We were up at 1.30 or 40 billion, I want to say. We're having a nice little run here going into the overnights up through yesterday, Saturday. We were at 3.4 trillion. And now since then, we've just absolutely dumped. Now, why are we dumping right now? Because it's leading into Christmas and the bulls are on vacation, which means that the bears are going to sell off and we're going to have massive amounts of sell down. And by the way, it looks like, just for clarity here, it looks like they're selling Bitcoin. So this is stupidly wild. Okay. Just stupidly wild. In the overall market, we are currently down $33 billion in total market cap. Bitcoin is down 2% on the day. Ethereum is up 0.5%. Solana is up 2.5%. The rest of the market, not Bitcoin, is not great, but okay. Luna Classic is up 3% on the day. Fius, guys, I told you to get into Fius. I told you to buy some Fius at the bottom, right? And well, it's up 25% today so far. DevvE's at 85 cents, keeps running up to 90 cents and selling off. By the way, you see these spikes right here? This means that the market wants to keep going. You see how it's continuing to mint higher lows other than this little spike right here. By the way, on DevvE, I know I'm going back to DevvE, but it's my goddamn show. I get to do that. But you see how it just kind of came down here, but overall it was still up higher. Well, this trajectory right here seems to be getting more and more and more aggressive. And I have just a general sense here that any moment now, we're going to experience just an absolute banger of a move by DevvE. Okay. Now, why am I so bullish on it in that context? Well, when you have that flat top and you have that, that's going to be one of your ultimate parabolic signs, right? That is an ascending wedge. That ascending wedge breaks to the upside. And then how does that ascending wedge go? $1.50. So, you know, if you're not already, I'm telling you, this is I'm not warning you. I'm not warning you. I've told you before, and I tell you every time that for the love of God, have some DevvE. I'm also telling you, for the love of God, have some Fius. Now, the reason that these two are together is Fius is going to be the token that runs the entire gaming universe for DevvE. Now, for those of you that don't understand or know what DevvE is a permissioned blockchain. Permissioned blockchain means that it's run by an entity, which means that it's not permissionless. It means that you and I, we don't run on it. Okay. Businesses run on it. So who's going to run on it? Medical facilities are going to run their data through it, and it's fully HIPAA compliant. Gaming companies are going to be able to run their games through it. And if you don't understand yet, DevvE is the fastest blockchain on the planet currently, capable of satisfying 8 million transactions in a sub-second finality, which is exactly what you need for gaming. Okay. And there is now an official announcement channel, by the way, in Telegram, if you are interested. But just an example here today at 4 p.m. UTC, which is going to be in just a few minutes, Austin will be leading the discussion alongside our special guest, Tom Anderson, who is the leader of the Fius protocol. And he's also the visionary behind Litcraft, which is the game that originally Fius was running, and the DevX chain. We're going to get the inside scoop on the upcoming DevX exchange and exciting updates about Litcraft, including everything that happened with Fius on the relaunch. And you're not going to want to miss that. So, you know, make sure that you're checking this stuff out. Now, look, the reason that I'm bullish on these two, by the way, I'm a big holder in Fius too. Guys, if there's something that I believe in right now, it's going to be this ecosystem. It's got a $7 million market cap for Fius. I don't have a gigantic expectation of billions of dollars. I just want to put that out there right now. But I have a big bag of it. Okay, so I have a big bag. So what I do expect is I would think that it would go to like $1. Okay, so if it goes to $1, and I want you guys to see here, circulating supply is only 350 million. So if it goes to $1 or $2, I would feel very, very good about that. Okay. That's what I think. Like, I don't think this is my $1 million project. That's DevvE. This one, however, and by the way, if it goes to a $3 billion market cap, you know what I'm saying? Like if it goes, there's some crazy ass numbers that this thing could do. But let's just say that it goes to a 350 million market cap right now. That's a 50x from where we are today. If it goes to a 700 million market cap or $2 per coin, then that is 100x from where we are right now. Now, I do think that's the cap. That was a wild guess from me. I don't know that it's going to go any more than that, but it is the gas that runs the DevvE ecosystem for gaming. And as games like Battle World and as Litcraft, as all of those games come online and become part of this ecosystem, and it starts to expand the brand, if you will, then, you know, the sky's the limit. Everything will run through Fius. So that is, to me, an incredible opportunity. By the way, don't forget to hit the like button on your way in, and down below are the crypto wallets. Make sure you make your donations to the crypto wallets today. Anybody putting $400 of some crypto in there, I do videos on those every single day. So hook it up. Also, if you didn't see yesterday, no K, NOWK, no. We did a video on this when they're going to update their socials, but you can see right here it's starting to spike a little bit in the price. Had a nice big dip over here, but it's suddenly starting to move back up. The next step here is to get back into this range right here. If it starts to do this, and they got a bunch of plans like this, they've got a dedicated team that's launching this, just kind of, basically raw dogging it, if you will. There's a pretty nice team over here trying to push this project. And look, I think it's going to have another blow off over here. And I don't know what that looks like ultimately from where we are right now. About a 5 or a 6x, I think, is probably going to happen over here. But it's NOWK. And I will put the link, contract addresses right there. Now, look, the reason that I like this one, dedicated team. This is going to be all about teams for me. Every once in a while, I'm going to give you a project that, that people come to me and say, hey, we want you to do this project, blah, 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 blah. Every once in a while I'm going to come to you. But look, what you're looking for when I come to you with these projects, look, community. You want to look for a good community. If you see a good community on it, that's one. It's a banger. If you don't see a good community on it, then just don't bother. You know what I mean? Like it don't bother. If they're engaged, if they're active and stuff like that, then that thing is going to move. And really, don't make your decisions right today. This is a holiday. You're not going to see a whole lot happening on any of these programs or projects, but you will at some point. So you're going to see this No K have a really big run. You're going to see Fius have a monster run. You're going to see MSI have a monster run. By the way, MSI has relaunched. For those of you that don't know, MSI has now relaunched on Solana. Gempad, the scam organization that stole the money from MSI, they continue to, kind of ignore it and not do anything. So this just got relaunched. And look, a lot of people have a problem and they're crying that, Pablo didn't give them free money. Well, Pablo lost $1 million. You know what I mean? Like Pablo lost $1 million on the project, and I lost $800, something like that. And I bought in with one soul on this new one. And by the way, you can see here that there's just kind of a parallel channel that, it was creating right there, and then it just broke out above. So will it continue to move higher? That's the question. And if it goes above and beyond its previous all-time high, which it looks like it's going to, it looks like it's ready for a bounce from there, then that'll be a good thing. That'll be a really good thing. Now, if it does that, then awesome. I'm looking for a market cap in the $1 billion range by the end of by the end of this. So that's about 200x from where we are right now. So I'm just going to go with that. I'm just going to say that that's my number right there. $1 billion market cap, 200x from where we are. I'll take that as a win. Hopefully, by the way, I don't have any tokens other than what I bought. So hopefully, hopefully Pablo and I will continue to partner, and we'll be doing this and continuing on every month. But for right now, if you want to buy some, it's Monkey Soul Inu. It's no longer Monkey Shit Inu, because the Monkey Shit was creating a problem. So definitely grab a little bit. I mean, look, if you have $100, put it this way: if you put one SOL in here and it does $1 billion market cap, you'll have 200 SOL to cash out. There you go, or 200 worth right now. So, I mean, we'll see whether or not it does anything or not. Tars AI. This to me is probably one of the more important projects in the Solana ecosystem right now. I gave this to you back in October, and we were down here, and it went up 3x from where it was, and it's currently up from where I gave it to you 170%. So you got a 70x off of this. So, or well, 170% would be like 2.5x or whatever. So you made a good, like this one ended up being a very good win, I think, for most people over here. Like you're up at least about a 3x from this low position right now. So make sure you take your profit on it. Market cap is already high. That's what I did want to point out here. Market cap's already 222 million. So it's going to go to $1 billion, by the way. That's only about a 5x from where it is right now. If you got in down here, then you're talking about a 10x ultimately, and way potentially higher. And the reason for that is this is the AI architecture protocol on Solana. And here's the thing. This is the only AI project that the Solana Foundation is part of. And this is best-in-class partnerships. The Solana Foundation, Bybit, Gate.io. Look, this thing is going to be everywhere pretty soon. All right. Tars AI is the name of it. So just, check it out and let me know. I think it's going to be a banger. I think it's going to be a really good one. Pengu. Pengu is, I'm not as bullish as a lot of people on Pengu, and I'm actually in a chat right now with a heavy metal guitarist who shall remain nameless, who I keep telling this thing is not done dumping. And I think now it might be done dumping, but I'm not sure with the overall market. I think the overall market wants it to go down just a little bit more. You can see right here how this is, eventually it's going to break to the upside right now. It didn't break to the upside. It rejected off of this top. I think that this thing is going to come down even more, and I think we're going to see it come down into this 1.8, 1.9 cent range right here before bouncing and then eventually breaking out. So, for me, Pudgy Penguins, and by the way, I am bullish on Pudgy Penguins ultimately because this is one of the only cryptos that's broken out of whatever lane we're in. Pudgy Penguins are a popular brand in marketplaces. Like you can buy Pudgy Penguins plushies and stuff like that in stores. Like this is something that's broken out of the norm more than some other cryptos. So at a 1.64 billion market cap, I think it's overvalued at this point. But I think, if you catch this thing on a dip over here, then you might get a nice little profitable move off of it. As far as Sato goes, I don't know too much about Atsuko Sato. All right. I'll be honest with you. The only reason I have this is because I'm farming it for, because I'm farming it with CC Coin. But you can see right here, like this thing had a really, really big run, and it went to, what is this, a 38 million market cap. So from where it is right now in market cap, 674,000, and apparently it's supported and it's still kind of, out there, and it's just waiting for its opportunity to shine. So that could potentially be, if it just goes back to where it was before, 36 million market cap in the bull run. If it just goes back there, that's what, 36 million, 70x, almost 70x from where it is right now. So it'll be worth it. You know what I mean? If you have $50, $100 in it and turn it into $5,000 or $7,000, I mean, why not? You know what I mean? So I would definitely be checking that one out. Don't forget also CC Coin. And if you haven't already, certainly go check that out. Continuing to consolidate in its range right here. And Look at that. It's raining CC. So, oh God. Okay. I'm it would have been funny though. Anyway, if you haven't already, make sure you buy yourself some CC coin. It's going to break out and it's going to go to some much higher levels. Why is it not going to much higher levels? Well, look, some of these things just absolutely break out and go crazy. If you put AI, if we would put CCC AI on it, it would have broken out to a 10 million market cap. You know what I mean? But when the time is right, this thing is going to break out. And look, again, I don't have huge and gigantic expectations that have to be met. I'm a big holder in the project right now. I don't have huge expectations that it has to go to, 10 billion market cap or anything like that. If this thing just goes to 100 million market cap, that's life-changing money for everybody who's holding it. Okay. That would be from here, like a 400x, 500x. So, just going to getting a really nice run going for CC coin would be life-changing for a lot of different people. But look, if it goes to 18 million market cap from where it is right now, that's 100x. So, I mean, it's got to do something like that, right? I think it's easy from here. So we'll see what happens, but I do think that it's going to have a big run. Pepe, not nearly as bullish on, but I do think, again, it's got a 10 to 15x from where it is right now to go to 100 billion market cap. And I do think that it's going to be one that fights its way to 100 billion market cap. Gummy is at a 4 million market cap. Gummy was ultimately at one point, which again, I think it's going to go back 160. So it's 40x away from its top. So, and I think that it'll probably go back there. And if it doesn't go back there, then it's going to go back to this little range right here at 100 million. So a huge opportunity here, 25x from where it is right now for Gummy to take off again. Then you have Shiro Neko. Neko just means cat, by the way, in Japanese. And I think that it's got an opportunity. Again, this is everything. These meme coins are sitting out here with it just an opportunity for an explosive breakout, but they just haven't had their explosive breakouts yet. And they haven't had their explosive breakouts because the market is just unkind to longer term meme coins right now. But it will break out at some point. Hiss, which is the only snake meme coin on Solana, had a market cap. I think its market cap was actually pretty high at one point. Hold on. How high? Not Snoop Dogg, but you know what I mean? 2 million, a little bit over 2 million. So I think this goes to 20 or 30 million market cap. And you can see here, that's kind of consolidating in this range. Like, guys, when you zoom out on Snake of Solana, Hiss, when you zoom out, you saw this huge spike right to 1 million. Then it came all the way back down to like, oh no, we're at 100,000 market cap, 10x, down. And then boom, it spikes to 2 million. And now it's consolidating almost at 1 million. What is that next spike going to be? And when you look at it from that context, then, you kind of start to see like, wow, this thing could actually break out. It's going to break out super hard. And look, 10, 15, 20 million. It's going to be a great run for this project. So, and I do think that it'll happen. Trump, I think Trump is dead. The MAGA meme coin, I'm not feeling it anymore. Like I hoped that it would at least come back to like 10 or something like that. But it just seems like political meme coins are dead. So, I don't know that we're going to have the run that I was looking for based on this. So, my bad. But I held on to it, by the way. I told you guys I bought it $3. It's at $1.40 now. I'm just holding on to it. If it pops, and it's not going to be life-changing money, by the way, but if it pops, then, it could go as high as $27 or $30. It could really go crazy. We got 4 years of Donald Trump. So, it seems to me that there's going to be a moment here where, everything kind of flips and Donald Trump becomes the thing. And this is the #1 political meme token. So I do think that it will pop one more time and we'll get that $1 billion market cap that we didn't get before. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see. So anyway, if it does, and it goes absolutely parabolic and crazy, then, take your money. Bonk, I think Bonk is cooked, but I think it can do like 50 billion market cap. So still 20x from where it is. So we'll see. LFGO kind of leaned into the Lego thing, which was cool, but Lego had a problem with it, or Hasbro, whoever the owner of Lego was, had a problem with it. So at 30 million market cap, it kind of dumped, but it should be coming back around. And again, if it just goes back to its all previous high from where it is right now, that's about a 25 or 30x. So I think it'll happen. BitBull is down just like everything else. Smaller community though, 1,000 people in the community, but it's an active community. So this thing will reverse and it will go big. Now, the good thing, if you're a holder of BitBull, is the maximum market cap was 120,000. So there's a real possibility. There's a real possibility for this thing to absolutely break out and send like dramatically. And when you look at it on the hourly, you can see what I'm talking about over here, because it did have a big spike on that first day where it went up to about a 400,000 market cap. But we'll see what happens with it. I think that it's going to have one of those big moves. And Saitama Wolfpack is continuing a little bit of a sell-off. And again, this is another one where I do think that, it's going to have its moment in the sun and it will absolutely break out. It's just going to be a matter of time at this point. And then it will break. And then Speedy, remember Turbo was that $1 billion, meme coin that just kind of came out of nowhere. It was a turtle. It was completely AI generated, stuff like that. Well, that means turtle memes at some point will take off. And when this turtle meme takes off, then Speedy is going to go crazy. Now, Speedy went up to a $45 million market cap. And if you guys are familiar, like it goes to a 10 million market cap, it goes to a 40 million market cap. Then when it breaks out, and it will break out, it'll go to 100 million market cap right there. And, if I'm doing that, then it says, somewhere in February or March. And look, by the way, this is not science. This is just me throwing lines on a chart. I'm not telling you that it's going to, I just, in February or so, I think this thing is going to break out probably 100 million market cap. Like it's going to go along with Turbo. And look, the market is about to get wild. So that's what I would think is about to happen. So I think that wraps up that. We've got one here called Magnus. Magnus keeps having these little breakout pumps that just don't sustain themselves yet. But again, this is the emotional support dog, Magnus. He's an internet meme, and at some point, as long as it's maintained and as long as this team is dedicated to it, then it will break out as well. Its market cap went up as high as 500,000. So from 500,000, probably going to get 1 million market cap, or up to 10 million market cap on that next run. And if it does, then look at this. This becomes just one flat line right there where we're like, wow, we don't even see that, but it goes to 10 million market cap. So I think that this thing is going to absolutely start to send and sort of take off as well. So that wraps that up. Somebody just asked, what about Volt? Volt has been consolidating in this sort of range. It had a nice little rip off of this right here, but ultimately, until the rest of the market does something, then Volt is just like everything else. When you look at it from this context, Volt owes its investors a move into this range right here, which is about a 3x away from where it is right now. And then from there, a breakout to 503, which from here is about a 10x. That's about a 10x move right there. 8x. So that's what I think would happen here. Now, if you guys remember going back into the old days when Jazz and Pablo and all those guys were telling you 50 billion market cap or something like that. I think I was giving you like 5 billion was going to be the top market cap. I'm uncomfortable with saying 50 billion for Volt anyway. Not because look, if it was going to go to a 50 billion market cap, it would have gone to $1 billion already, but it went to 250 million. So I think that we should recognize at 250 million, that's a lot. So I do think it'll do 250 million again. I'm not sure what its market cap is currently. Let me go look. Volt. 21 million market cap, so 10x to 250. And if it goes to $1 billion market cap, that's going to be a 50x. And if it goes to a 5 billion market cap, it's going to be a 250x. So if it does what I said it was going to do 2 years ago, then it's about a 500x. So got a good opportunity. So I would be looking for that one to break out at some point. So, but I mean, you never know. Look, you never know. The fact that it's still supported is what matters to me, I think, the most. As far as volume goes, still Solana's game. They're still beating the snot out of Ethereum day in and day out. So liquidation heat map. Let's go to the 3-month window and look what it looks like on the 3-month. You can see here we kind of swept the liquidity, but there is a pocket developing around 92.5. So we could see some downward pressure, and we could also see a broad sweep coming down into about 85,000. There is a possibility for 85,000 on Bitcoin right now, just so you guys understand. That's where the liquidity is. Now, as far as the ETF flows, second day in a row of red. So we closed out Thursday and Friday with negative outflows on the Ethereum and Bitcoin ETFs. And they were big outflows for Ethereum on the last 2 days. So still way up overall. A long way to go before it starts to get negative. But yeah, there you go. All right, so that's it, guys. That's the wrap for you. There's going to be a lot of opportunity in this market coming up for the next couple of days. The last thing I want to do is I want to tell you what I think is going to happen over the next couple of days so that you have an idea and so that you can manage your finance. Don't manage it based on what I say. Manage it based on what you look at. And if I tell you this and you say, okay, well, that makes sense, then sure. But don't manage it based on what I say. Just this is my opinion only. So the market looks like this right now. This is where the election was, and we've seen just kind of up only with this cut right here, this cut right here, and this cut right here. Now, how does that match up to 2020? That is the question that I ask you, see. And by the way, look at this shit right here. Just so you guys know, this is that right there is the beginning of the new year right here. So what you saw here was you saw the big run and you saw the spike, and then you saw another run and a spike, and then you saw another run up into Christmas and a spike right before Christmas, and then right after Christmas, right after that on the the 20th, no, December 24th. On December 24th, you saw a big spike as we started the bull run, okay? But up until that and leading up into that period of time, this was the days that we're in right now, by the way. We saw Bitcoin and all of crypto dip 14% from that period of time. Now, let's go back. And where are we right now? We have dipped down. Currently 14%, almost 15, but 18% total from that top. Do you know what that means to me? What it means to me is that we've kind of made it, and now it's time for that parabolic move. Now let's go back over here and let's see what the 50 MA looked like at that time, and let's try to confirm. And guys, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. So here we are. What do? We came down here. We bounced up right from around December 11, right there. We kind of went out right there above the 50 MA, and then we just started to stretch. And then we came back down in January, and we touched the 50 MA, and then we stretched. So what's going to happen now? Well, same thing is going to happen. So we just touched the 50 MA. So now it's going to be time to stretch. So What does that stretch look like? Well, if we're going from this context here, then I can see that the next big move here is going to take up into this range right here, and then we'll start to pop down. And where is that? 4.6 trillion market cap. 4.6 trillion market cap is about a 50% increase from where we are right now. So I think that we're about to see a huge move to the upside. And when that comes in, same thing applies over here. We're going to see that big move up into the 1.5 trillion, which means about $400 billion is going to come into the total 3 market. And then the rest of it, the other 1.5 billion or 1.1 trillion total would be going into both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we got a big move getting ready to happen. By the way, speaking of big moves, DevvE look like it's, I don't know if it's breaking out right now, but it is having a big surge. It's at 87 cents right now. It's filling out the top of this channel. If it breaks out from here, then there is $1.15 to worry about, by the way. So you might see some fighting at $1.15. You might see some fighting at $1, but ultimately it's probably going to be a move to $1.50. So if DevvE is in fact breaking out, and it looks like it's slowly but surely kind of breaking out right now, and the fact that Fius is also breaking out generally would mean that something's going on in that ecosystem and buyers are stepping in. So, if that's the case, then we're going to have a breakout there. But ultimately, again, I think we're going to have, some sideways action here. Maybe, like it might even look like a good day, by the way. If you, and the market, by the way, is a couple weeks off. So it doesn't really match up perfectly. It tries to, because the markets rhyme. They just don't do the same thing. So it looks like we've hit our bottom, that 50 MA, and that we're on our way back up. But because that feels that way, we could see, and we're going to see that much, but we could see this down here at 3 trillion. We could see a dump down into this range and then a bounce from there. Ultimately, we're going to get a bounce. So as far as Bitcoin goes, Bitcoin just hit the 50 MA. What did Bitcoin do in 2020? During that same period of time. Right here, it hit the 50 and then it bounced strong off of that all the way through mid-January, going up to 41,000. So from Christmas Day until middle of January, Bitcoin went up 80%. So could Bitcoin do the same thing? If it does, at 93,000 and it goes up 80%, ironically, the top of this range. And that is, holy Jesus, $170,000 Bitcoin. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think 50% or somewhere near that, which is going to be about 142,000. But remember, I've got 124,000 plugged in already. That's going to be the next impulse move. And I think that it's starting today. Like, I think that it's starting based on this little bounce that we're having right now on this 50 MA. And by the way, the 50 MA is not a magical bounce mechanism. It's not at all. The 50 MA is just the average over the last 50 days. And if you look at this, and then the last 50 days have been pretty bullish, but now we're getting to the bearishness of, we finally come all the way down from this surge and we hit that 50. And then like right here, we bounce hard and we come back to it and we bounce hard and we come back to it and we bounce even harder. Like, I think we're on our way up and we're going to fill out this ascending channel over the next couple of months. So there you go. That's it, guys. All right. So be very careful in your trading. Remember, these are the holidays, which means that volatility will reign supreme. The reason that volatility is going to reign supreme, because bulls are taking the day off, which makes it easier for the bears to come in and wreck everything that you've worked so hard to do. Okay. So it just bees that way, dog. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it. All right, guys, have a good day, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon. Don't forget, tips down below. Well, it's safe to say now that we're in the best phase of the bull market, and everything indicates that we've got 4 or 5 more active and volatile months in crypto ahead of us until spring. There are tons of bullish factors, and what especially exciting this time is that this bull run isn't fueled by retail. Top institutional players are making big moves, giving the market much more growth potential than previous crypto cycles. We can't afford to miss this opportunity. Given the current market situation, now is the perfect time to accumulate positions. While weak hands are selling, institutions are buying. And for those looking to maximize gains from this bull run without taking unnecessary risk, Cryptonomy has launched an innovative product that unlocks the full potential of their elite trading team. And guys, I am thrilled to introduce you to the Cryptonomy Margin Trading Program. With this program, every Cryptonomy user can fully capitalize on the current market phases, backed by phenomenal performance achieved by the Cryptonomy team, thanks to extensive preparation for this period. Now, let's talk about some of the key features. You can customize your trading position to fit your needs. You can select the duration of the trade, the leverage level, and any of the 700 plus available coins for trading, and you know they have a big supply. Profits accumulate daily in the native coin of your deposit. All trading activity is insured up to 6.1 GBP by the Cryptonomy Foundation, making this product highly secure for users while granting access to margin trading benefits and years of trading expertise. Combine this program with staking and the Launchpool to unlock the full potential of your Cryptonomy account. This allows every user to maximize gain during this period while eliminating risks and FOMO, which is critical at this time. Now, guys, if you are interested in future and margin trading, this is your time to get in. You can make a deposit and start trading today. All right, guys, I've got a lot of different stakes out here right now. I'm going to add to this. We're going to create a deposit. We're going to make it maximum XRP. There's a 71.8% return over here on the 9-month, which I'm going to take. All right, we've completed that transaction, $49.95. Now we're going to do the same with Bitcoin. I'm going to use 0.19 Bitcoin. We've created another win. Guys, it is that easy for you to earn significant yields. We're using 9 months because I think the top of the market is going to be about 9 months from now. It's going to be a great opportunity. This is how you make generational wealth.